Fallout 4 is not a great RPG. In fact, it's a pretty bad one. The writing isn't much better. Synth gorillas, I know. We all know this. It's more of an open world shooter with some RPG elements. If you play it that way, you can have a pretty good time. Maybe even do a second playthrough on survival difficulty. But after that, well, you move on to something else and never touch it again. Unless you dive into the one thing that keeps people playing Bethesda games. The modding community. If not for them, Bethesda wouldn't be where they are today, and that's something even Todd Howard can't deny.
This just works.
With 2024 gearing up to be the Fallout franchise's biggest year, the Fallout 4 modding community never slowed down. 2023 was their best year yet. People kept working, they kept experimenting, producing, sharing, refining, and collaborating, until one person developed something that was a real, literal game changer. An individual going by the name of ZZYXZZ published a revolutionary little tool called the Robco Patcher. What it basically does is allow mod authors to mod all kinds of things about the game without a plugin, which means the game files themselves stay untouched. This renders whole swaths of incompatibility issues between mods a complete thing of the past. On top of that, you can be running a fairly sizable list of mods all at once, and the game is still buttery smooth. Mod authors just need to use it every chance they get. Many already are. I hope many more do. Once the next gen version of Fallout 4 drops, 3 main things need to be updated right away: the Fallout 4 script extender, the address library, and the Robco Patcher. Once that's done, all mods moving forward should utilize them however they can, because this is genius. He recently published a version of it for Skyrim Special Edition too, so I'm sure that community is about to get crazy now too. The combat gameplay you're seeing in the background is largely the way it is due to 2 mods: Scourge, unleveled and standardized NPC stats by Gilaxram, and True Damage, weapon damage normalized by ammo caliber by Eclix. The former brings NPCs' health points to sensible values, regardless of their level. The latter has the perfect tagline to explain it: guns don't kill people, bullets do.
Guns don't kill people, death kills people. Besides, I only use my machine gun in the safety of my own home and car.
Sure, you can whack someone over the head with a gun, but you get the point. Damage values are based on bullet type now. This makes it so the only bullet sponge enemies you come across are the ones who've earned it.
A 22 is basically a roided up BB gun.
I tried attacking a super mutant with a 22 submachine gun. It was like a worm fighting an eagle. You gotta be packing at least 5.56. But I also use mods like dynamic loot reduction by SKK50. Ammo does not come easy now. But the real beauty comes from the mod authors making their mods highly customizable. The Commonwealth is the way I want it now. Dangerous. I managed to do this because I spent a lot of my time researching while I was back home. In my research, I discovered the pros and also the cons of the modding community. You have to remember that things like Nexus mods are optional. People mod their games for themselves, and if they feel like it, they'll share it with others. I think that's one reason why many times you might encounter mods that try to do too much. Take for example the mod We Are the Minutemen. The Minutemen as a faction are frankly pathetic. It makes sense being an upstart militia to have substandard equipment, but to never have any kind of progression doesn't make any sense. By mid-game they're so weak they're dying to stray dogs. So We Are the Minutemen came along looking to change that. It makes a lot of sensible and good quality of life changes to the Minutemen. It also adds some nice lore-friendly clothing to them. And then it takes it too far. Eventually you might find yourself building tanks, APCs, and vertibirds, but at least they don't actually move. The biggest issue for me was unit composition. I don't know if something might have broken for me or what, because I either saw squads of peasants or squads in full suits of power armor. There's already way too much power armor in this game. I can't throw a rock without hitting full suits of this stuff.
How is that even possible?
For the gunners, I use a combination of mods to overhaul them. Gunner Outfit Pack by Default the Fixer, and Gunner Outfit Pack NPC Leveled List Integration by Kriodron. I love what the latter does, but you see this? I wish I knew how to turn these off. How power armor is handled in the vanilla game is a video unto itself. One big good thing with a lot of bad. I got some mods that take most of them out of the game and turn the ones that are left into actual walking tanks, or at least as much as I could. I think because of the way True Damage works, it makes power armor even easier to break. Without the skills necessary to produce mods myself, I'm dependent on the generosity of the community. One mod I really wish existed is some sort of quick Pip-Boy stats overview. You see, I like to play with an extremely minimal HUD. I use a combination of immersive HUD and fall UI to get everything off my screen. But sometimes there's information that I need to see, so I set up a hotkey to bring certain HUD elements back up. I just wish there was a more immersive way of doing it. The idea I had was to use the Pip-Boy. Imagine that I can press the same hotkey and it'll bring up the Pip-Boy halfway up, like I'm checking my watch. And on it, I can, in one page, quickly see things related to health values, ammo count, time of day, detection level, compass, radiation levels, etc. But even if I had everything set up perfectly, I would still need a reason to play, something to build up to and achieve. The amazing mod I have to take care of that is the magnificent settlement overhaul and quest mod, Sim Settlements 2 by King Gath. He has a YouTube channel, by the way. You should check it out and tell him I sent you. Now, even though I still have some criticisms about how Bethesda implemented settlements that Sim Settlements can't do anything about, it takes a damn good swing at it. Because personally, I really enjoy building settlements, and SS2 makes it so much better. It even has options to completely automate building settlements, so I can even recommend it to people who dislike doing it. Coupled with a storyline and quests that are quite decently written and voice acted, I can recommend Sim Settlements 2 to everyone who plays Fallout 4. After Bethesda's paid mods kerfuffle back in 2015, I argued that the way they did it was flawed. But I believe that there can be proper ways to monetize production of mods, beyond relying on donations. Sim Settlements 2, for example, is funded through Patreon. The mod itself remains free for everyone, but this way, you can have a dedicated team and access to quality voiceover work. Another mod author using the YouTube plus Patreon combo is Degenerate Dak. He mainly focuses on weapons, specifically lore-friendly ones, and that's right up my alley. He's been working on an attachment pack for the vanilla weapons for months, and he recently published it. It is tremendous. It adds so much variety that you can have just it in your load order as a weapons mod and nothing else. There's more mod authors I'd like to give shoutouts to. Forest Gimp for updating a ton of popular but abandoned mods, and for helping me fix an issue with the P90 mod by the Shiny Hexortus. Warsaw 2135 for taking a sensible and more tempered approach to improving the various factions of the Commonwealth and beyond. I really hope he takes my suggestions on power armor. Cold Black Crash for all the weapon mod fixes, and for taking a more tempered approach to adding new ammo types into the game. And Dankcraft for opening up the crafting system in a much more compatible way, and for creating an easy to use, for the most part, script to safely inject weapons into the leveled list. This is not the kind of video I typically make, I know, but it's January and YouTube statistics fall off a cliff at the beginning of the year, and this is just what I'm currently very into. I'm blazing red hot on Fallout 4 mods right now, but I'll use my second channel to keep talking about it, out of fear of annoying people here.